This is a video about how your local dentist is ripping people off and is lying to you about how to protect your teeth. This includes all those other medical doctors associated with dental surgery. The proof was recently briefly announced on television news back around 2018. What they said was that 80% of all root canals were unnecessary. By the way, I'm not a doctor or a dentist, but I know my shit. To me, that 80% could also include everything else the dental experts do in your mouth. 80% of dental fillings are a ripoff. You see, a tooth is like a tree trunk. It has an outer layer of protection, much like a tree's outer bark, called the hard enamel surface. And like a tree, once the outer bark of a tree is removed, insects like termites or carpenter ants can have a field day killing the tree. So what exactly is removing tooth enamel? Simple. Just ask yourself, what has changed since the Renaissance, the 14th century back then, or before that era? The two things that differ is sugar and brushing teeth. That's it. Nothing else changed. Food has remained the same, consisting of meats, vegetables, nuts, and fruit. Man found ways to concentrate sugar, thereby satisfying our need for enhanced flavoring. Sugar is in everything just about that we eat. It's added to fruit to make jams. It's added to meat to increase its flavor, and it's added in salad dressings and more. You can't get away from it. It's even added to bread. And of course, dentists are correct in stating that sugar causes cavities, but they neglect to tell the whole truth. What they do instead is push brushing your teeth as a remedy, and they even hand you a brand new brush and a sample of toothpaste. Brushing a tree constantly every day, as most dentists propose on television, or even 3 times a day for teeth, would easily remove a tree's outer protective bark. The same thing occurs with your teeth. The industry is long overdue for some major investigation into fraud. The fact that they all seem to charge roughly the same in localities is more proof of fraud. Dental cleaning mechanical brushing should be banned from the markets, as well as many of the phony dental advertisements. Many, if not all of them, are committing fraud. Next to car and mattress advertisements on television is the dental industry. To advertise takes thousands or millions to advertise. This explains how they get so rich. Dentists are beginning to be no different than the smoking industry, which took years to prove and deal with. Here is another fraud they commit when you need an implant. In South Jersey, many of them split the profits by making the implant separate from the porcelain tooth positioning. Each doctor charges roughly $2,000 for their work, for a total of $4,000 per tooth. It used to be one dentist did it all. By splitting the cost, they make it appear as if they are charging a mere $2,000 each. When you go to get the implant and you're awake, he drags on the procedure by repeatedly inserting tools in your jawbone to make it appear he's earning his fee. If you're asleep, on the other hand, you are in and out in less time, because all those steps are bullshit. Implants are nothing more than drilling a pilot hole and screwing in the screw. It's the same for someone threading a machinist screw into metal. People that have broken bones have screws or steel rods hold them in place. None of them require all the extra drilling and scraping, etc. that a dentist does. Once the enamel is compromised, the acid from bacteria, plaque, and tartar, brought about by the presence of sugar, begins to quickly erode into the soft bone that supports the hard enamel top. which explains why cavities occur around the base of your teeth where it's thinner, and it's where sugar residue is difficult to rinse away. The only brushing you need to do is to brush the base of your teeth where it meets the gum. Brushing your gum prevents bleeding and strengthens the root area. This should only take less than 30 seconds and not that stupid recommendation the advertisers mention of 2 to 3 minutes on television. The more time you spend brushing like these idiots say, the more you will be in the dentist's office from cavities. If you don't believe what I say, please visit or research any of the ancient archaeological skeletons and check out the teeth. Most are in perfect condition. Here is more proof. My mother grew up in Sicily, then married my dad just after the Second World War. Brushing was unheard of at the time, and to have sugar was a luxury. Even as an adult in America, she rarely ate anything sweet because she was not used to it. At 90 years old, she still has all her teeth, and they are all perfectly straight and all there in good condition. Go figure. By the way, European settling in America when it was first discovered also brought with them sugar. Sugar and salt were the two main ingredients used to preserve fruits and meats before refrigeration came into existence. Look at the teeth of those discovered buried by a volcano at Pompeii. How about looking at Egyptian mummies? None of them ate sugar or brushed their teeth. Only modern man does this. Check out South American Indians that have never met the modern world, and you will see people with good teeth. Only those that had any interaction with modern humans, like in much of Africa, do you see natives with rotting teeth. Why? Because the tourists are told to bring candies for the children when they visit. Little do the people know they are eating something like bad drugs. Sugar is a drug, and many are addicted to it. Most people in the entertainment industry have had dental work, or they wear veneers to cover up their questionable teeth. That's why they always look perfect. And teeth are not white, they are ivory, like the tusks on elephants, which never get cavities. Parents with kids tell them to brush because of the fraud told to them on television. They believe them because they are supposed to be doctors. The truth is that cavities start appearing on most of us from age 20 on up and sooner if you were a big soda and sweet eating person. That's also when you start brushing more after a tooth filling in the hopes that it will help prevent future cavities, but in fact, you're getting them sooner now because now you're not only eating candies, you're brushing away the enamel. Yes, I've seen 5 years old with rotting teeth thanks to the numbnuts for parents. Now they even make toothpaste that is supposed to build up your enamel. What a load of crap. Enamel only forms from your own body and not from some painted on stuff that fills tiny holes. If you have tiny holes in your teeth, it's because you brushed away the hard enamel. There have been studies to show that teeth can repair themselves. Yep, they can, providing the root has not been destroyed from a root canal. Like a cut on your finger, a tooth will do the same to protect the body. Just don't get it filled either. Keep it clean using baking soda. The best stuff to get your teeth clean is to gargle with baking soda. That's it. It gets rid of plaque and tartar. Brush for less than 30 seconds near your gum and floss lightly if you feel you need to. Never swallow plaque. There is some studies to suggest it may be the same stuff that forms on your heart arteries. Again, do not brush for 2 minutes or more, like the fools on television tell you. Brushing wears away your enamel, which eventually causes cavities, period. Stop making dentists rich. None of them that I know are there to save your teeth, but to make your teeth rot quicker so they can move on to another victim, which is why the dentist industry has become lucrative, just like the pharmacies that overcharge for prescriptions by preventing competition from foreign countries. Check out my latest book, Presidential Treason of Three Stooges. It's available from Amazon. Thank you again.